a third quarterback wherever and figure that out. But to me, corner has emerged to me as the position to draft. I know people want a wide receiver. I want to see what happens with these cuts, what happens if teams are desperate to trade people to move cap space, like a Golden Tate. I want to see – I would prefer an established receiver. I know there's a lot of receivers, and I'm not saying not to chase one in the middle rounds.
Well, Apple's probably going to get paid,
yeah,
and they're probably going to cut Janoris Jenkins.
That's what I'm saying. If Jenkins doesn't want to play ball with the deal, he can't be had for this. His cap figure's too high. Yeah. You got to move on from that if he's not willing to accept a little bit of cap massaging. You know what I mean? Because to me, right now, he had all those shit years in New York. He should be excited to play his final couple years in NFL for a contender. So to me, I think you would have the leverage there. But like you said, there's no guarantee he's going to go that route. You know, he may want to keep his money.
I mean, I think they save $8 million by cutting him.
Yeah.
With no dead cap space.
Daisy, where you at?
We got Daisy in the house.
She has been. What do you think about this?
Do you think the Saints should sign Kamara to a big contract? What are your thoughts?
She said enough.
All right.
Said it all right there. But look, man.
Daisy knows.
I don't know. I don't want to go too high on a running back. I want, like, same thing with receiver. I'd love to go receiver, running back in the mid rounds. We talk about trading down. Fans hate that. Because on draft night, you sitting there watching ESPN, you want your team to pick that night. You don't want to wait till the next couple of days. But trading down would not be the worst thing because you don't have a second-round pick. If you could still get a really good corner, go get a wide receiver in the second round.
Honestly, with corner, there's probably going to be a run on corner before you even get to the Saints. So either the Saints are going to have to trade up and keep Robin Peter to pay Paul, or they can trade back and probably get Jonathan Taylor at the top of the second round sometime in the second round, because that's going to be the hot spot for some of these running backs.
Let me ask you this:
if that's the direction you want to go?
I think it all depends. And like you said, drafts obviously in late April.
And I mean, think of it. I mean, you're going to have Breeze, killing the middle of the field. You can bring in Taysom Hill for long passes and some run pass options.
Right.
So you're gonna have
that wrinkle.
You're gonna have to start leaning on the run game more because Breeze is not gonna get it by passing.
That's to me what this team's been at its best the last couple of years when they've done that
you can trust with 25 carries.
No, I mean if you have the Kamara,
get hurt is gonna be ineffective.
You have to have the Kamara Murray combination, maybe a third guy that could be brought in. I mean, hey, look, the Saints used a 3-back system the year of the Super Bowl. Mike Bell had a nice flurry of games. I'm not saying he did it all season like Pierre Thomas did.
Win with Murray as your between the tackles guy.
No, I think you're going to have a guy because the problem is the defense. The defense is too aware of what's happening when they see Murray in the lineup. The beauty of having Ingram in the lineup. I know people are going to say, "Oh, well, Murray's not a bad pass catcher." He's not Mark Ingram in any facet of his game, and that was the beauty with Ingram. Nothing changed. Defenses had to be equally as scared of Kamara as they did Ingram, and vice versa. Murray came in. Teams could change their packages based on Murray. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Taylor has the upside. Taylor has the upside to be, the best back in the league.
Yeah,
right up there with those guys.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, some people say, I put that in the article. I don't believe that's part of it. Some people say it's a psychological thing with Kamara. He's still not happy because of Ingram leaving. I think that's a bunch of shit. I don't think he's a professional. At this point, I mean, what's he gonna do? Follow Mark Ingram to Baltimore? I mean, come on. He knows his game. I don't think some people are saying that he took plays off. He wanted a contract. He wanted the money. I don't know if that's all. I think he suffered that ankle injury.
High ankle
it lingered.
Is not an easy injury for a guy to use his legs and feet to get over. I mean, people make light of it, but a lot of guys miss 4, 5, 6 weeks with that injury.
Yeah, and he came back pretty early, and he still averaged 4.7 yards a carry this year.
And that's the problem, guys. Come back
early.
They're ineffective for the rest of the year, trying to get that contract, trying to show out for the team, and they're just not the same guy for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
You don't give these guys enough time to heal. You're going to have damaged goods for the rest of the season. I mean, a lot of guys, they play through injuries, and they're never the same guy.
Yeah.
So you need to figure that out really fast with Kamara.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, and then we talk about this too. Like this, to me, I don't want to do this. I want to keep Kamara, and I hope they can work a reasonable long-term deal. That's my thing. That's my solution. Don't break the bank. Take a team-friendly deal that's something that'll make him a rich man and where he could win. Because Le'Veon Bell took that money. He sat out a year. It was a bad decision because he's in New York. Gase is heading that team into hell, in my opinion. I think they're going to a horrible place. He had a terrible year. He averaged 3.2 yards a carry. Did he get paid? Absolutely. But guess what? You're never going to win anything. Kamara still could get paid handsomely, and you could be in a winning situation here in New Orleans. I mean, if he goes somewhere like Miami or somebody gets foolish with a lot of cap space and a lot of picks that wants to give up a first-round pick, it's going to be a bad environment. It's going to be a situation by the time he's 25, by the time he's 28, 29, that team's going to be competitive. And, I mean, is that really worth it? He can make a killing here in New Orleans. He could still make an abnormal amount of money, you know what I'm saying, to play the game that you love.
Does he want to go somewhere else and face 8-9-man fronts, for the rest of his time?
That's the thing, too.
In a new place.
Because it didn't work for Le'Veon. I mean, to me, Pittsburgh is in the better. Who would you say the situation? I mean, to me, 2 years after that, I still think the Steelers. If Roethlisberger gets back,
last year too.
No, but they hung around. They fought. They were actually in the playoff hunt late, which was surprising given all the injuries they had. I'm just saying, if Ben Roethlisberger comes back and Juju's healthy, you know what I'm saying? I like that Steelers team a lot more than I like the New York Jets. That's all I'm saying. I mean, the Jets, to me, are headed nowhere fast. I think Darnold's got some potential.
The Jets
but
have a lot better ownership.
They have a ton of holes. You know what I'm saying?
Told to us by our friend, the cornerback, who played for the Steelers.
Oh, yeah. Steelers are a fucking great organization. Yeah, Keenan Lewis was nothing but high on the Steelers. I mean, he was
high AF on the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, the Steelers are a top-flight organization in sports.
You couldn't get him to say that the Saints had a better organization than the Steelers.
No, Pancho tried his hardest. Pancho wanted to know every stat he ever amassed as a child, and he was trying to do that.
They go in on it. Man,
we moving up on the time frame?
Moving up on the time frame.
All right, man. Well, look.
Cut out on Spreaker.
But look, guys, Kamara, I think let's hope that a deal gets done, but expect the unexpected. Don't be surprised with all these running backs in this draft if the Saints, decide to go another direction.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for a 2 to 3 year deal. Hopefully, a team option on the last year of that deal. Cap friendly, $8 million or less. Outside of that, it doesn't really make sense to me.
I have to say this. I mean, people compare Michael Thomas, what he does, and say, okay, you maybe have to give Kamara his due because of that. It's different. It's apples and oranges with wide receivers. Wide receivers play well into their 30s effectively in this league. Running backs barely make it past 28 at a high level. So to me, that's not even a comparison. And also, I want to pay Marshawn Lattimore. Some people are Lattimore haters, and I don't get it. He is by far the best cover corner we've ever had in a Saints uniform. We need to ink that guy before Kamara. To me, this is priority before Alvin Kamara. He's the more important player. Cornerbacks that can shut down one side of the field don't grow on trees. Running backs are a dime a dozen. The Chiefs just won a fucking Super Bowl with Damian Williams. You know what I'm saying? Cover corners like Lattimore just don't fall out of the sky.
I'm shocked at this turn of events, but Saints and Sinners podcast.
All right, man. I love Alvin Kamara, though. I do.
Tailgate Sports 504.
All right. Go for
it. Tailgate504.com.
There we go. There we go.
Tailgate Sports.
Shout out to Savoy Sausage, man. Shout out to 3 for 10, man. Our boy Walter and company. Shout out to Nola Express Courier as well. I guess we'll be back in a couple days.
Yeah. Peace out, y'all.
Out. Damn, it's after 5. That flowed well, man. It was good. Way to go.